Welcome to News 5. This is Abby Lozier, and I was just wondering, Maddie, what are we talking about today?
Abby, I'm excited to tell everyone that we are talking about ticks.
Maddie, what are ticks?
Ticks, also known scientifically as acari, are ectoparasites or external parasites that live by feeding on the blood of mammals, birds, and sometimes reptiles and amphibians.
Maddie, did you know there are over 800 species of ticks in the world and only 2 families, hard ticks and soft ticks? Ticks transmit diseases and illnesses. Back to our weatherman, Trent Young.
What's poppin'? My name is Trent. I'm here to talk to y'all about the weather today. It's getting real warm out there, so y'all know what that means. Ticks are coming out. They're coming out. So you have to watch your animals. They will get eaten. I repeat, they will get eaten. Back to you, Maddie.
Welcome back. Here are a few things you can do to prevent your animals from getting ticks. Medicine. There are pills that you can give your animals that disrupt the life cycle of ticks. Colors that repel ticks. That mainly works on the head and neck, but it still works. And bathing. You can bathe your animals with special shampoo that has medicine in it that kills the ticks. Those are a few ways to prevent ticks from getting your animals.
Thank you, Maddie. If you think your animals might have ticks on them, here are a few symptoms. We have muscle ache, fatigue, fever, and headaches. Usually the symptoms occur within 1 to 2 weeks to follow. Now, on a commercial break.
Happiness is powerful flea and tick protection from NexGard. NexGard kills fleas and ticks all month long, and it comes in an easy-to-give, tasty chew. And that makes dogs and owners happy. No wonder vets love it too. Reported side effects include vomiting, itching, diarrhea, lethargy, and lack of appetite. See your vet for more information on flea and tick protection you and your dog will love. NexGard, the vet's #1 choice.
Hello and welcome back. We have Reagan from Bugs Be Gone here to show us how to keep ticks off our livestock and animals. Welcome, Reagan.
Thank you for having me, Abby.
Reagan, what are you going to show us today?
First, I'm going to start off by giving you a little bit of information about pigs and ticks in general.
Awesome. Please share.
Okay, so ticks are very common on pigs that live in outdoor environments such as wooded areas. They're most common in the ears, neck, and groin area of a pig. And if you do see a pig with a tick on it, you can actually remove it yourself and then take it to a vet later on if needed. So I'm going to show you a demonstration on how to do that.
Awesome.
The first step is to get your gloves on, which we've already done. And the next is to get a clean pair of tweezers to remove the tick with. You're going to want to get as close to the skin as possible with the tweezers, and do not twist or pull out the tweezers. You just want to go steadily to remove the tick. And then once you remove the tick, you'll want to put it in a glass of alcohol or a jar of alcohol and leave it in there, and then that is what you'll bring to the vet.
So Reagan, how did the ticks even get on the animals?
Well, you see, Abby, some are zoonotic and some are host-specific. So that means they bury their heads and their mouth parts into the animal's skin, and it can become red and irritated.
That is fascinating, Reagan. Now, how do you control the ticks?
Well, if your animal is showing different signs after being bit by a tick, or they have a severe infestation of ticks, which is super easy to see on the body, you want to take your animal or livestock to the vet. And at the vet's office, they can use an insecticide dip to help remove the ticks, which might take a couple of different treatments, and then control at home can be done through keeping forestry areas limited in the tall grass mode.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Reagan. We really appreciate you being here and the information that you gave us to keep our animals and livestock safe against ticks.
Thank you, Abby.
Now over to our reporter.
Now, in terms of treatment, how do I know when I should treat and what I should treat with?
Yeah, so the main products that you can put on an animal are pyrethroid type products. They're a safe product. That's the most commonly available product that you can put on a horse or cow right now. Where you should treat for particularly Gulf Coast ticks are in and around the ears. And you can get a spray, you can get a wipe, you can get all kinds of things to treat for these ticks, and especially if around the ears of the horse, because this is where they're going to have the Gulf Coast tick. And along the mane of the horse is another area, so right underneath here you'll see some actually tick feeding sites right there. And so what you'll see is this is a critical area you need to treat. along the ears and inside the ears, and then just anywhere along the midline of this horse is a good spot to treat. And then for other tick species, you just need to kind of treat the whole animal.
Okay, we have a very good helper here
Yeah.
with us today.
And welcome back to News 5. I'm Trent. We're talking about sports today. Okay, it's getting real hot. So, March Madness is coming to an end. That means Michigan and that one team with the V still in, but I'm still going for LSU if they in it, or Southern. I don't care. But baseball's coming up. So, that means bring your bug spray out, because ticks are still out there at a baseball game. I guess so. Ticks are at a baseball game. What are the long-term and short-term effects on ticks?
Short-term effects of ticks is restless sleep, shaking of the head, pain or swelling of the joints. Some of the long-term effects of ticks are inflammation of the heart, damage to the kidneys, and possible effects on the brain. Now back to Abby with breaking news.
This week, a few towns in Texas have been infested with ticks. There have been 2 different diseases that have been reported: Lyme disease and neclerosis. Lyme disease is caused by a bacterium and is transmitted through a tick that looks like a black-legged insect. If left untreated, infection can spread to the joints, the heart, and the nervous system. Most cases of Lyme disease can be treated in the first 2 weeks with antibiotics. Neclerosis is transmitted through the bite of an infected tick, but it's also known as the Lone Star tick. It can be treated with over-the-counter medicine. Neclerosis is diagnosed based on the symptoms, lab tests, and clinical presentation. I have one last interesting fact. Neclerosis and Lyme disease are very rare cases, but they can be transmitted highly through the blood. That is it today, and thank you so much for joining us. Channel 5 News!
And cut.